Hey guys, Mandy here from Human 2.0. Today's workout is going to be a lower body strength and mobility workout. We're going to start with a warm-up, then we're going to do a circuit where we're going to combine the strength and mobility exercises sort of together, and then a quick stretch at the end, and that's it. The only thing you actually need today is a yoga block or some kind of book, thick book, or something that you can use as a target for your shrimp squat. So we would work it like this, something that can come about that high, that you can come down and just tap your knee on. So it could even be a pillow, like a really thick pillow, or again, a book or anything like that. So grab yourself something to use for that exercise. Get your water set up, make sure your space is clear, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're gonna start with a quick warm up, which is just 3 exercises. We're gonna go through that circuit 2 times. So starting with just a half squat. So think about where your feet are positioned. So nice solid base. Feet are a little wider than shoulder width apart. Knees as you squat down are going to go out over the outside edge of your feet. And we're just going to do 10 half squats. Okay. So starting here, that's 1, 2, keep your chest up, 3, 4, bum goes back, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then just shake it out a little bit. Okay, so now I want you to bring your feet nice and wide, and we're going to do sort of a half Cossack. Okay, so side to side squat. Okay, but we're not going to go all the way down. We're still just warming up. So I want you to think about bringing one knee out over the outside edge of this side foot. Okay, and then you're just going to shift to the other side. Coming up and then down. So you're coming up all the way to the top and then coming out to the other side. So let's start counting. We're going to do 10 total, so 5 per side. So it's 1, press up, 2, 3, really drive that knee out, 4, keep your chest up, 5, 6, 7, we're going slow, 8, 9, and one more is 10. Okay, and then feet come together, shake it out, and then coming down to your mat, we're going to just work through some hip swivels, okay, to warm up the hips a little bit more. So you just bring your knees both kind of facing one direction, feet out to the side. You can either do it more like a shin box, so a smaller angle at the knee, or a full like 90-90. It's up to you how you want to do that, but we're just going to sort of work slowly side to side. So bringing up that inside leg until you can't go anymore, and the other side follows across. Okay, so let's start counting now. Just wanted to show you what it looked like first. So swivel around, that's 1. Inside leg comes up. Don't let this other leg come up until you absolutely have to. That's 2. Lifting, swiveling, 3. I like to put my hand sort of on that hip just for a little feedback. 4. Lifting up. And 5. Nice and slow and controlled. 6, and you'll probably find you're traveling a little bit on your mat. That's okay. 7. 8. Just 2 more. Lift, 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 and swivel. 9. And last one. Really opening up through those legs. And 10. When you come to when your leg comes around, make sure that this trail leg, the knee comes right down onto the floor. Okay? Let's go through that one more time. So same circuit, half squats. Nice solid base with your feet. Toes are gripping the mat. Knees are driving out over the outside edge of your foot. And we're going to start counting here. 10 total. There's 1. And 2. 3. 4. Squeeze your glutes when you come up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one is 10. And then wide feet. Okay, so half of a Cossack, not going all the way down still, just halfway. But this knee is out over the outside edge of that foot. Okay, so then you're going to press all the way back up and then go down on the other side. So let's start here. That's 1. We're going to go for 10 total. And 2, 3, chest is up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Feet come together, shake it out, down to your mat for those hip swivels. Okay, so remember that lead leg opens up as far as you can until the trail leg just has to come along. So there's 1. And 2. We'll move a little faster now. And 3. And 4. 5. 6. 7. Really open. 8. Last 2. Make it good. 9. And last one is 10. Good work. Good work. All right. Come up, get yourself a drink, and then we're going to get started with our strength and mobility. Okay, so we're going to get started with our strength and mobility section of this workout. We have 4 exercises, 3 of which are sort of squat variations, single leg squat sort of work. And the 4th exercise is sort of a little more fun. We're going to sort of play with it. It's more of, it's not crawling, but it's something we do in our primal workouts that is more traveling across the floor that might be a little hard to get. But that's okay. We're just going to think about it as sort of a little bit of playtime. We're going to work through that circuit 3 times, and then that's it. So the first exercise is a side-to-side squat. So we've already warmed up with that half Cossack. So the difference between a Cossack and a side-to-side squat is that the Cossack, you're going to come out over one side, over one leg, but you're going to come all the way down to the floor. And then you're going to push all the way back up to the top and then do the other side. So a side-to-side squat is you're going to come down and then you're going to stay down and then you're going to shift over to the other side and then do all of your reps and then come up. So that's what we're going to do for the side-to-side squat. So feet nice and wide. Again, you want to drive the bent knee, that knee out over the outside edge of your foot, and then shifting across as if there's a ceiling or something above you that you want to stay down low. Okay, so we're going to get in position and we're going to do 10 reps side to side total. So we'll start here and we'll count this one as 1. And then shifting over is 2. Shift 3, keep it low, 4, and 5. Pause on each shift, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10. As you can see, I'm not dropping my chest down. I'm not fully upright, but I try to keep my chest a little bit upright and sort of looking straight ahead. Okay, and then pressing yourself up and then shake it out. Okay, so that's your side-to-side squat. The next thing we're going to do is using that yoga block or book or whatever you have to do some single leg squats. And I would say first off, you want to start with your weak leg. So for me, working on my left side is harder than working on my right side. So I always want to start with that one to give it sort of the most energy that I can. And then I'm going to put my block sort of in the highest position to start. But I'm going to work my left leg, so it has to go over here. And then I'm going to stand beside it. So it's not quite shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit closer. And then I just want to get myself set up like balancing on one foot. Okay, so I have a solid base. My toes are actually gripping the floor. And I would encourage you to do this one barefoot so that you can really feel that foot is working. And then we're just going to bend the other leg and then come down and tap your knee on whatever it is you're using as your target. Okay, and then as you do it, you want to think about, again, where that knee is going on the working side. So the knee should be driving out over the outside edge of your foot. You don't want it to cave in. You don't want it to go way out. It might wobble. Your legs might wobble a little bit. That's okay. That's the intention, is to drive the knee out over the outside edge of your foot. And I like to make a fist. Just creates tension through my body. Tap it down and lift it up. So if you can do this easily, and I will as the sets go along, I will make my target lower. But on the first set, I like to keep it fairly high. And we're going to do 5 reps total. Okay, so it's a tap and up. Tap and up. If you have to put your foot down to get your balance again, that's okay. This is 3. We're only doing 5. 4. And 1 more. 5. And I can really feel that working through the glutes, right down through my quads, core, everything is turned on. Okay, so move your block to the other side, standing a little closer than shoulder width apart, but everything is lined up with your foot. Solid base, your feet are actually gripping the floor. You're going to stand on one foot to start, and then tap it down. Nice light tap. So you should be able to actually come down and hold it here, and then press up. If you can't do that, then I'd say your target is too low, and maybe you need something even higher. If it's too hard altogether, then just standing on one foot and bending the knee a little bit is also an option. So what is that, 3? I lost count. We'll say it's 3. 4, 1 more, and 5. So control is the name of the game here. You want to really be able to come down, keep it under control the whole time. I want you to think of it in terms of pressing the floor away from you as you come up, okay? So that is your single leg squat or your shrimp squat. Just going to grab a quick drink. And then we have 2 other exercises. Okay, next exercise is a clock. And again, single leg work. So I'm going to start on my weak side, but we're going to try to move that opposite leg all the way around to the other side. Just really makes you keep that knee in position. It's a little bit harder, but it's kind of a fun exercise to do. So you're going to stand on one foot, balance, bend your knee. Now, if you can do this and you can come very low, that's fine, but I'm going to keep it up fairly high to start. And then I'm just going to bring one foot out in front, tap it at the 12 o'clock position. So we're going to go 12, 3, 6, and 9, and try to work it all the way around, and then come back, and we'll go through that a few times. Okay, so we're at the 12 o'clock position. Then we're going to tap it out to 3 o'clock. Behind you, 6 o'clock. And here's the tricky one, bringing it all the way around to 9 o'clock. And then back, lose your balance, reset. So 6, 3, and 12. And then come up. Let's switch sides, and we'll go through that a few times on each side. Okay, so solid base with your foot, gripping the floor with your toes, bend your knee a little bit. Again, make a fist with your hands, and we're at 12. Now we're going out to 9, pausing at each spot. Back to 6. Here's the tricky one. Over to 3, and then working backwards. 6, 9, and 12, and then come up. Okay, we're going to do that One more time fully on each side for this set. So bend your knee, go a little quicker, 12, 3, 6, and over to 9, back to 6, and 3, 12, and come up. Other side, bend your knee, 12 o'clock. You can see my arms are kind of going all over the place. 9, just to compensate, keep my balance. 6, working around. 3 o'clock, hold it. Back to 6, 9, and 12. And then coming up. Good work, guys. That's a tough one, okay? And I like to throw that one into my workouts every once in a while. So we're really focusing on that single leg work today. It's hard if you haven't done it before. You'll definitely feel your glutes have gotten some work in your quads, but that's the goal. So, okay, last exercise, as promised, is sort of a playing thing. Okay, we're not going to worry too much about perfect form. I just want you to think about sort of moving side to side across the floor, and I'm going to show you sort of the steps to get there. So it's called a step behind, and like I said, we do this in our at the gym, in our warm-ups, and just sometimes when we're doing crawling at the end, it's sort of part of our conditioning even. Okay, so starting with your squat, and this is what we did in our warm-up, sort of a quarter to a half squat, coming down, not too low, and then you want to take this inside leg and step it out. You're going to step it out, put it down on the floor. So now we're sort of in that Cossack position. You're going to shift over, just like we did that side-to-side squat. Then lifting this foot, you're going to take it behind you, like the clock position, step it down, twist yourself around, and coming into your squat. Okay, and then you're going to stand up. So it's a step behind, and we've done all of the moves to build up to that so far. So that's how we're going to practice. So squat down. I'm going to just keep it on the same side. We're going to go back the way we came. Step it out. Foot is on the floor. Shift it over. Okay, pick up this foot. Balance. Step behind to that 3 o'clock position. Twist around. And then back to your squat. Okay, so we've just been working right to left. So let's move to the other side of our mat, and we'll go left to right now. So here we are, down in our quarter to half squat. Step it out. Foot is on the floor, okay, so you have weight on that foot. Shift it over. Okay, we've got that side to side squat. Pick up this foot, balance, place it around the 9 o'clock position. Hold it if you can. And it's a little tricky for me because this mat is sticky, but you're down here. And then squat. So we're going to go left to the left again. So squat, step, shift, pick up this foot, balance, step behind, twist around, back to your squat, and then stand up. Shake it out. So that's your first sort of preview into the step behind. Ideally, when we do it at the gym, if you're on the turf and you have socks, it just you can kind of slide a little easier when you're doing the twisting. Works a little bit better. It's a bit tricky on a mat, but I think we can manage. So grab a drink, and then we're going to work through that circuit 2 more times. Okay, so let's go through that circuit for a second time. So starting with our side to side squat. Okay, so feet nice and wide. You're going to come out over one foot, keep it low, but still chest does not drop down. You're sort of looking out straight ahead, and then you're going to shift to the other side. Full foot on the floor, and let's start counting from here. So there's 1. We're going to go for 10. 2. Pause at each side. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, and 10. And then push yourself up. So on the last set, I'm going to try to go as low as I can. So I'm sort of working my way down. Okay, so shrimp squat. So now that I've done my first set and I'm warmed up, I'm going to go from the yoga block standing at the top to a little bit lower. Place my foot beside it, again about a little closer than shoulder width apart. Fist with my hands. I'm going to drive that knee out over the edge of my foot to the outside edge of my foot. Come down, tap, and push up. We're going to go for 5 reps. So this is 2. Press up. 3. 4. Remember, you should be able to control it the whole way down, even stop at the bottom, and then press out of it. That's 5. Okay, so other side. Gripping the floor with your foot. And 1. Press. Think about pressing the floor away. Press it away. 2. And 3. 4. My balance. And 5. All right. Next thing is our clock. So starting on the left, for me, whatever is your weak side. Okay, so bending your leg out to 12 o'clock, down to 3, 6, sweep it all the way around to that 9 o'clock, hold it, and back, 6, 3, 12, and come up, switch sides, bend your leg, breathing, 12. See if you can go a little lower on this round. 9, 6, behind you, 3 o'clock, watch this knee. It's still driving out over the outside edge of your foot. Back to 6, back to 9, 12, and come up. We're going to do that again. Get my balance, bend the leg, 12, 3, 6, 9, hold it, 6, whoop, 3, 12, back up. One more time. Set number 2. 9, 6, and 3, 6, 9, and 12, and back up. I like to do it 2 or 3 times per set for a few sets, which is what we're doing. Okay, step behind. Okay, so we're going to work it there and back, and then we'll switch sides, go there and back. So sort of a total of 4 reps altogether. So half squat, chest is up, step it out, full foot is on the floor. We're going to shift it over. Okay, now we're going to pick up this outside leg, balance, swing it behind you, place that foot down. Now, if you put it way out, it's going to be harder to control it, and you really do want to come around and finish in a squat position. So about shoulder width apart, maybe a little bit more. Put that foot down, twist around, and then you're back to your squat. Okay, I'm going to move up, squat, step, shift, pick this foot up, balance, place your foot down, okay, twist around, and finish in the squat. Let's go the other way. All right, it's much easier when you can actually twist around and not your feet aren't caught on the mat, but this is okay. Step out and shift, balance, bring it around, 9 o'clock position, keep it low, twist, and finish in the squat. I'm going to come back, step it out, shift, balance, place your foot, twist, and finish in the squat, and then come up. So that one, well, once you get sort of the movement of it, that's when you start to move lower. Same as you would do with the side-to-side squat, Cossack, the clock, everything. It's not too hard if you're standing up fairly tall. But as soon as you are like down here, you know, and trying to move through those positions, then it gets really hard. So that's sort of your goal that you're going to work toward. Okay, quick drink. Then last set. And that's it. Okay, so side to side squat. Feet nice and wide. This time I'm going to try to take it down as low as I can go. Okay, so I'm going to shift over to one side and then shift to the other side. So that's 1. We're going for 10. 2. 3. Pause in each. Stop. 4. And 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Push up out of it. Bring your legs together. Shake it out and grab your block. Okay, so I think for me, having it in the position I had it second round was fine. Again, you want to control and you want to be able to come down to this bottom position and hold it, even for a second or two, and then push up out of it. Okay, so let's start counting. Whoops, get my balance, start counting now. So there's 1. If you have to put your foot down in between, that's okay, but try not to. You can keep your other foot up. 2, watch that knee. 3, wiggle. 4, wobble around. And 5, switch sides. Nice strong foot. Got a fist in your hand. And 1. Definitely my right side is stronger. 2, so I could take the block a little lower on this side, but I'll just keep it where it is. 3. And 4. 1 more. And 5. I think, you know, if you've had knee surgery or even if you haven't, this is a really good exercise to do. Once you're past your, you know, you've done all your physio, and even we do this sometimes as part of our physio work as people progress at the gym. But, you know, once you've sort of gone through all of your rehab and stuff, doing single leg work, especially if you've had an injury on one side, is really important. Like, you have to strengthen the weak side. And if you never do single leg, then sometimes, or lots of times, the strong leg will just compensate for that. So you want to make sure you strengthen the weak side. Okay, where are we here? Clock. Okay, balancing on the weak leg. See if I can come down a little lower this time. Take it out to 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock. 6 o'clock, way back. And around to that 9 o'clock, hold it. Come back again. 6, 3, 12. And coming up, switch sides, bend your knee, come down lower. It's 12, 9, 6, take that foot way back, sweep it around to 3, hold it, 6, 9, 12, coming up. 1 more time each side, bend your leg, 12, 3, back, sweep it around, woo, and reverse. My leg's getting tired, I can feel it. Back to 12 and coming up. Last time through. Let's make it good. Bend the knee, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock, stretch way back, and 3. So you're not putting your foot all the way down, it's just a light touch. You're mostly balancing on that leg here and coming up. Good work, everybody. So last time for the side step behinds. So half squat. See if you can go a little lower as we move through it here. Step out. Shift. Lift that leg. Balance. Place that foot, just like in the clock, and twist around and back to your squat. Going back. Step it out. Shift it over. Lift that leg. Balance. Step it down. Twist. Keep it low. Back to your squat. Let's move to the other side. So in the gym, we just keep going. So you don't have to switch side to side, but because we don't have much space, that's what we're doing. But we would ideally just sort of travel down the mat, you know, a bunch of times and then come back. So step it out. Shift it over. Balance. Woo! Getting tired. Place that foot. Twist. Keep it low. Back to your squat. And one more. Coming back to finish it off. Squat. Step it out. Shift it over. Balance. Lift. I'm shaking. Place it down. And twist around. Down to your squat. And coming up. Whew, good work, guys. Before we finish and move on to our stretches, let's just take it into a squat hold. So down into your lowest squat, whatever that is. Maybe you're tired and you're just here. You have your hands just on your thighs and that's as much as you can do. That's okay. But if you can come all the way down, not so that you just cave into it. I still want it to be active. Okay, so you have your chest is up, your back is working to keep your chest up, and you're just sort of maintaining that low squat position. And this is something you should do throughout the day, you know, 30 seconds here and there, 2 minutes, work up to time. You could even be down here for 5 minutes, you know, whatever. As you get used to it, it's a good position to be in. If you're reading something on your phone or, you know, just doing something that you would normally just sit at a desk to do, this would be a good option just to get that mobility in the hips, your knees, your ankles, all of it. We'll just stay here for maybe 10 more seconds. You can sort of, you know, you can twist around, even just like our step behind, where we kind of twisted on the balls of our feet. You can move in and out of the squat hold. Breathing. And then slowly press yourself up. Roll it up, kick it out. All right, so we're going to move on to our stretch. It worked really hard, but we're going to bring down the heart rate and finish up. So let's finish off. We did lots of lower body work. Let's start with a side-lying quad stretch. So ideally, I would like to use a wall and do a couch stretch, but can't really do that here. So I'm just going to lie on my side, grab the sort of the foot on the top leg, and just sort of bring it back. So just like a runner stretch, but you're just lying down. So the idea here is to sort of bring those knees together and really bring that hip on the working leg forward. You need to, you know, bend that bottom leg for a little more balance. That's fine. And then upper body is mainly just relaxing. Okay, so hip is forward. You're not arching your back, but you really want to bring this hip forward and feel a stretch down through your quadricep, hip flexors. And just hold it here. The goal on these finishing stretches is not to really gain too much flexibility. It's just to settle your body down, bring your heart rate down. Do a little bit of stretching for the things we worked. That's about it. If you really want to get more flexible and mobile, then that's something you need to dedicate more time to and really work through those stretches and exercises longer. Okay, and then relax, and let's bring it around to the other side. So same thing, sort of a runner stretch. Knees fairly close together, bring that hip forward. Breathing. Feel your heart rate gradually slowing down. Big breaths in through the nose Exhale out through the mouth. Couple more seconds here. And then slowly relax. Okay, so you're just going to come onto your back. We're going to finish with a figure 4 stretch. So, fairly straightforward stretch. You're just going to cross one leg over the opposite knee and then bring those hips up. So you can just lift the hips. You can use your hands to bring those legs closer to your chest. You know, whatever works for you. But you just think about getting your tailbone off the mat. And you should feel a stretch through your glutes on one side. So we did lots of lower body work. So glutes worked hard, quads worked hard, hips worked hard, all of it. So if you haven't done one-legged squatting before, which is pretty much what we did the whole time, you're definitely going to feel it. Maybe not today, maybe not even tomorrow, but in the next few days, you can expect to be a little bit sore. Hopefully not, but maybe. If you are, that's okay. Anytime you do something new, if you haven't done something in a long time, even if you work out regularly, you know, your body goes, what? What are you doing? And it might be a little sore, but that's okay. If you find that you're so sore that you can't walk, we've switched sides, so cross your other leg over. Bring that tailbone up. My right hip is definitely tight. If you find that you're really sore to the point where, you know, you can't walk, sometimes that happens, delayed onset muscle soreness, but that's just a sign that, okay, maybe you want to scale it back. Maybe it was too much for you. Maybe this workout in particular was too much single leg work for you. And then instead of doing, you know, 3 or 4 exercises that include single leg work, you might just do one, and you might, you know, make it easier. So if you were doing shrimp squats, just shrimp squats, and then maybe other lower body work, and just don't go down as low. There's lots of ways to adjust, but definitely single leg squatting and single leg work is very important, I would say, for strong knees and just injury prevention in general. Okay, let's bring those legs down. And then big stretch all the way out. And then rock yourself up. And that is it. So I hope you enjoyed that lower body strength and mobility workout. We have lots of workouts on the channel, so check back in our library. We do primal, kettlebell, mobility, body weight, lots of stuff. There's lots of tips, medical tips from Dr. Raynor on there. So just check back and leave us a comment for what you liked and what you'd like to see more of. And as always, it was a pleasure working out with you today.